My name is Neela. I am in class 9. This story is a terrible true story of my life. We came from the city to our old house in the village. A big magical house, but there was a strange coldness in it. That huge house from my grandfather's time, surrounded by bamboo groves and ponds. Mother used to say, "This house is built with many memories, be careful." On the first day, I realized that something was not right in this house. When I went to sleep at night, I could hear someone walking slowly from the balcony, and someone crying somewhere in the distance. I thought maybe it was a mistake in my mind. But on the third night I saw her for the first time. On the third night I couldn't sleep. There was a light breeze outside. I was sitting by the window, and suddenly a cold breeze passed through my chest. The window glass became foggy. I reached out to wipe it. Just then I saw a face on the other side of the glass. White sari, wet hair, and two silent eyes, as if there was no emotion, no life. She was looking, just looking, not moving at all. I stepped back. Just as I was about to close the window, I saw the window was barred from the inside. So how did that stand outside? I was scared and started to scream, but no sound came out of my throat. Only a whisper kept ringing in my ears. Who took my house? Don't look in the mirror. See, I live. Suddenly the light went out. And just then, that face appeared in the mirror of the house again. This time not outside the window but completely behind me. I couldn't even scream. She was standing in the mirror, her face slowly becoming clear. Her lips were moving but no sound. I understood only by the shape of her lips. She was saying, "You took my place." I ran to the door. The door wouldn't open, as if someone was blocking it from the outside. I looked at the mirror again. I don't see myself there anymore. I can see her there. She's standing next to my bed. I looked back, no one. I looked in the mirror. She's coming towards me. With every blink, it's as if she's trying to get inside me from inside the mirror. At one point, the lights in the room came on. Mom ran over and opened the door. I was lying on the floor, drenched in sweat, gasping for breath. Mom said in a trembling voice, "Neela, your room. Your grandfather died in this room." Standing in front of the mirror, Mom hugged me and put me on the bed. I was still shaking. My throat was dry, tears were in my eyes. Mother slowly said, "This mirror is very old. Your little sister Renu once saw her reflection in it, and it changed." I said in a trembling voice, "You mean?" Mother said, "You were only 1 year old then. Renu lived alone in this room. One day her husband was in the market. I was in the kitchen. Suddenly there was a scream. I ran and saw her standing in front of the mirror, scratching her cheek and whispering, 'Not me anymore. The mirror has taken me.' She died the next day. But before she died, she said only one thing. Stop. What did she say, Mother?" Mother whispered, "Whoever looks in this mirror after midnight will no longer find himself. He will become a prisoner on the other side of the mirror. And whose shadow wakes up in the mirror, he will come to take his place." I swallowed the words. I am afraid to look in the mirror now. But even then there was a pull inside. An invisible call. After hearing Renu Jathima from my mother's mouth, I didn't look at the mirror for a few days. The room was also changed. But that call from inside my mind wouldn't stop. When I went to sleep at night, it felt like someone was calling my name. "Neela, come." One night, I suddenly woke up and found myself standing in front of the mirror. I couldn't understand how I got there. The door was closed. I was in a deep sleep. I was looking in the mirror, but as if it wasn't me. My face, but my lips were curled into a crooked smile. Looking into her eyes, my body shuddered. She said, "Who are you?" The eye in the mirror replied, "You are not me. I will be you." The next morning I stood in front of the mirror. I couldn't see anything. The glass was always blurry. But my behavior started changing. I don't want to talk to anyone. I get angry all of a sudden. I feel uncomfortable not seeing my face in the mirror. Sometimes I think I hear a scream. Sometimes my own shadow is not following me. One night my mother said, Neela, why have your eyes turned so dark? My eyes have turned dark. Ever since my mother told me this, I haven't stood in front of the mirror. But something is changing inside me. When I go to sleep at night, I find myself trapped in an unknown room. Mirrors all around. I scream but no one is listening. And in the corner is that girl wearing a white sari. She is now laughing at me. Even when I wake up in the morning, that scene keeps replaying in my head. The next night, my younger brother Tanim suddenly woke up and screamed. He said, Didi, Didi, why were you standing outside the window? I was surprised. I was sleeping. Tanim cried. Not you, not you. But it looked exactly like you. It was standing there saying, Tanim, come with me. Let's play together inside the mirror. My body shuddered. Tanim looked at the mirror and said, there it is. That sister. Behind me. I jumped up and hugged Tanim. Just then the window curtain flew up by itself. And 2 words were written on the glass of the mirror. Backhand index pointing right, next is him. It was almost midnight. The room was dark. Suddenly the electricity went out. I was holding Tanim. But his body was getting cold. His lips were trembling. His eyes were sinking into his sockets. I cried and said, let him go. I will do what I had to do. But he is small. Please. Just then, the writing on the mirror glass appeared again. Backhand index pointing right, one must go. Suddenly the mirror glass became like smoke. It showed a room dark, damp. And there I stood, another form like mine, a kind of violence on my face. He said, you won't hold me back. I want one of you. Now it's your brother's turn. I shouted, no, not him. Take me. Then that form came out of the mirror like a shadow, slowly approaching Tanim. I stood in front of him. He stopped. He just said, can you really give your life for him? I shook my head. Yes, I can do whatever I want for my brother. Suddenly, there was a sound of the mirror glass breaking. The light returned to the room. I fell unconscious on the floor. When I regained consciousness, it was morning. Tanim was sleeping next to me, a shadow of peace on his face. Mother was sitting next to me, crying. He said, am I alive? Mother hugged me without saying anything. Everything seemed normal. The mirror was now just a mirror. No shadow, no voice. We left that house and returned to the city. 3 months later. I am slowly learning to smile again. But standing in front of the mirror makes me feel uncomfortable. Sometimes my face seems a little different. I sometimes see that black emptiness in my eyes. One day I was alone in the house. I was standing in front of the mirror, combing my hair. Suddenly the me in the mirror smiled. Not me. The me in the mirror. He whispered. Backhand index pointing right. You made a deal. You said you would give your life. Now it's time. I looked back, no one was there. The writing on the mirror appeared again. Drop of blood. You are the person in the mirror now. Not the outsider.